Hey everyone, what is up? I'm here with another collection update, this time going over everything that I got in the last bit of 2013. Mostly December. There were a few things that would have been in my last update video, but because I had ordered them during November off of Amazon, but they hadn't come in until actually right after I finished my previous video. So you guys don't have to keep staring at my dirty ass floor. Start going over some of these. Salamander Portable for PSP, and this is actually a collection of Gradius games. If you're not familiar with the Gradius series, it's an arcade series of aerial shooting games where you pilot a spaceship around, avoid obstacles, and shoot down enemies. It's really simplistic but very challenging. And it's a series I've always wanted to sort of dig further into, and this is one of the ones that I wanted. Unlike Gradius Collection on the PSP, this was released exclusively in Japan, so I had to order an import copy, but the PSP is region-locked. That's why I wanted to... is not region-locked, rather. That's why I wanted to check this out. And it's pretty good. I don't think it's quite on par with some of the main Gradius games, but it's still a lot of fun to play, and I'm glad to finally own it. And we have also for the PSP, a surprising amount of PSP games this month, Twisted Metal Head On, which I got as a Christmas present for my sister. And I have the PS2 version of this, but I have still yet to play this. But I'm actually pretty glad to have the PSP version, because this is definitely one of the better Twisted Metal games. I think it does everything they tried to do with Twisted Metal Black, but it does it a lot better. It's a lot faster paced. It's more accessible. It's not as it doesn't feel as unnecessarily difficult as Black was. So I'm looking forward to giving this a shot on PSP when I get a chance, because I feel like Twisted Metal is something that would work very well on a handheld platform. The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Legendary Edition for PS3, and this is one of the few games left that I used to play on Xbox that I needed to get again on PS3, and there was a price drop or a sale or something online, so I decided to pick it up. And the Legendary Edition comes with all of the DLC, which is good, because I never got to play much of the Dragonborn DLC, but I did play Dawnguard, though. That was very fun. Very, very solid RPG with a lot to offer. Really like it. Super Mario 3D World for the Wii U. This is a terrific game. Very challenging. Getting 100% in this game is more trouble than it's worth, to be quite blunt. I 100% completed 3D Land back when that came out on the 3DS. It was one of the first 3DS games I got, and when I got a Wii U, I was fully intending to pick this up, so I decided to give it a shot, and it's really good. The multiplayer is actually a lot of fun, despite being a little hectic, and it's a really fun game. It's just getting all of the little collectibles hidden throughout all the stages is a huge pain in this one. But, I appreciate the challenge, though, and I do think that this is one of the more creative Mario games to come out recently. It does feel like every level offers something a little different from what came before it. And here we have Pikmin III, which, in my opinion, is the best game on Wii U right now. There are still some Wii U games I've been meaning to pick up that I haven't played quite yet, but this game is terrific. It feels like the culmination of all the ideas they had in the first two Pikmin games, and they just perfected them in this one. Spot on. I used to think Pikmin 2 was my favorite, but honestly, after playing this and then going back to 2, I don't know, the difficulty in this one, it's challenging in spots, but it never feels totally unreasonable. Pikmin 2 does. Pikmin 2 is kind of an asshole. But, this game is absolutely terrific. It basically feels like a more chilled out version of Pikmin 1, with much bigger overworlds to explore, a lot more treasures to find. Really, really creative boss fights. Probably some of the most interesting boss fights in the entire series, I would go so far as to say. And definitely one of the best games to come out this year. This has been a really terrific year for video games, and Pikmin 3 is a shining example of that. And I got this as a Christmas gift. Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds for 3DS, and I was really skeptical when this game was first announced, because it was announced as a new Zelda game taking place in an old Zelda overworld, which just sounded like just about the laziest thing ever. But as it came out, people were going nuts for it, and I'm like, there's got to be something here. There's got to be something I'm missing. So I asked for it for Christmas, so I decided to give it a try. And sure enough, it's brilliant. It's probably one of the best Zelda games I've played, and one of the best 3DS games out there. Not the best, in my opinion, but it's up there. And it's terrific. It's really short, but really sweet is how I would describe it, because I breezed through this game in about 3 days, and it's absolutely terrific. If you have a 3DS, pick it up. If you don't have a 3DS, get one so you can play this and the wealth of other good games out on that system right now, because you won't regret it. I guarantee. There's so much more to this game than what you see on the surface. There really is. Really, really terrific game. And I had some Christmas money burning a hole in my pocket, so I picked up a few more 3DS games, one of them being Fire Emblem Awakening, which I did want to pick up back when it first came out. And I'm new to the Fire Emblem series. This is the first one I've played. I've known about it, reading about it in Nintendo Power and whatever, since the first GBA one that got localized way, way back, like 10 years ago now. And I don't know how I feel about it. I feel like the gameplay is definitely really solid, really fun. I'm not a big fan of, like, tactical games, turn-based tactical games, but I feel like this game does get it right in that regard. It's very challenging, too. There's a really huge difficulty spike about halfway through the game, where if you don't start pairing up your units, you just get fucking destroyed. But my main issue with this game is the fact that it feels repetitive. Like, I think there's around 25 chapters or so to this game. I'm about 15 or 16 in, and I'm getting bored because I feel like I'm doing the same damn thing over and over and over. And it's basically progressively harder variations of the same missions, like these huge layouts where you're just surrounded by enemies, and, the AI just picks on your main characters and healers. If your healers die, unless you brought a lot of healing items, which you've got to learn to do, because that will happen. Your healers will die if you leave them on your own. You've got to pair them up with a stronger unit. But the thing is, and this is the thing that I hate the most about this game, and I don't know, in any RPG of any kind, if I hate it, where it's instant game over if your main character dies, and that is the case in this one. Not just your main character, but like another one of the story-centric characters, Crom. If he dies, it's instant game over, and that is bullshit. I know, like if someone happens upon this video who's like a big Fire Emblem fan, they're probably gonna get really pissed off. But a lot of the gameplay elements and design choices in this game just do not click with me. I can still appreciate it. I might finish it one of these days, but honestly, right now, it's just not clicking with me at all. Like, it's not a terrible game. It's a good game. I'm glad I bought it. It's just very frustrating and just not my genre. And another 3DS game I picked up that day, Etrian Odyssey Untold, the Millennium Girl. And I have always been really interested in Etrian Odyssey, but I've never played one until now. And this is essentially an enhanced version of the first Etrian Odyssey, which was an original DS game released back in like 2007 or something like that. And it's basically a dungeon crawler turn-based RPG where the main thing about the game is the bottom screen is your map, but you have to draw it out yourself. Like, the game will automatically map out any terrain you walk over, but it's up to you to draw walls and, you know, leave little markers to indicate treasure or resources, and it's just really cool. There's a bunch of side quests you can do. It's very challenging. Like, you can definitely tell that this is an Atlas RPG, because it's very challenging but very addictive turn-based RPG. And as usual with Atlas, like with, although not quite as big as Shin Megami Tensei 4, it does have sort of like a special box set thing going on. It's get that open. It comes with the game and like a little mini art book, and the art is like not in this book is not my style at all. Like, and then a soundtrack CD, which I might listen to because it is composed by Yuzo Koshiro, and he did a lot of great music work. Especially on the Genesis. Like, he did Revenge of Shinobi and a couple other games. Really, really great composer. But the art book, I don't really care for the art book. It's a bit too anime-y for my tastes. But the game itself, that doesn't really reflect the tone of the game itself. It's actually really, really great. I've been playing classic mode. I haven't even touched the story mode that the whole, like, Millennium Girl subtitle revolves around. I've just been playing through the enhanced version of the DS game, and I love it. I gotta play more of it, though. I haven't been playing my 3DS as much lately, just because I got kind of burnt out on Fire Emblem, but I'm definitely I plan on finishing this. This is a really great game, and another game I'd highly recommend if you have a 3DS. So that was my collection update for pretty much December of 2013, the tail end of the year. I definitely have some more videos coming out. I've got some planned. No doubt I'm probably just gonna, you know, make some as I go, but I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, yeah. Couldn't think of a better way to close out the video.